Hello guys, today we'll be solving Cambridge IGCSE Biology Paper 3 Core Syllabus October-November 20 Paper 32. Question number 1. All living organisms have the same characteristics. Two of these characteristics are movement and nutrition. State 3 other characteristics of living organism. So other characteristics will be excretion, growth, sensitivity, respiration or reproduction. Next question. Figure 1.1 shows animals that belong to one vertebrate group. State the name of this vertebrate group and give one visible characteristic feature of this group. So we can see that this is mammals. So name of the group will be mammals. And one visible feature that we can see very nicely is hair, or we can say we are seeing external ears. State the name of two other groups of vertebrates. The two other groups of vertebrates will include fish, amphibians, birds, reptiles, next question. Figure 2.1 shows a plant cell after it has been in a solution of glucose for 15 minutes. Okay. Draw the label lines on figure 2.1 to link each label to the correct structure. So we must touch the structures. So cell membrane, cytoplasm, vacuole. The plant cell in figure 2.1 has been placed in distilled water. Figure 2.2 shows the appearance of cell after 15 minutes in distilled water. So we can see the appearance of the cell after 15 minutes in distilled water. State two ways in which the plant cell has changed. We can see the plant cell has become larger, the vacuole became larger, the cytoplasm quantity has increased in volume, the cell membrane or the cell wall has been stretched. From these points, you will have to write only 2 points. Next question. Explain why the plant cell changed when it was placed in distilled water. So basically, when the plant cell was placed in distilled water, water moves into the cell by osmosis. Through the partially permeable membrane, the cell contents are more concentrated than the distilled water, so water moves inside the plant cell. Next question. The boxes on the left contain the names of components of the diet. The boxes on the right contains the function of this component in the body. Draw one straight line to link each component of the diet to the correct function. Draw 4 lines. So calcium is very much needed for the bone formation in the body. All right, fat is needed for insulation in the body. Protein is needed for the growth of muscles. And vitamin D is also needed for bone formation in the body. Next question. Figure 3.1 shows the average percentage composition of some common foods. Okay, so we can see meat. Meat contains a lot of protein and a lot of fat as well. White fish contains a lot of protein but very less amount of fat. Wholemeal bread contains a very low amount of protein, low amount of fat, but it is high in carbohydrate, as we can see, and it contains some amount of fiber, which the meat and the white fish does not have. Next, we can see beans. Beans contain a moderate amount of protein in comparison with the carbohydrate and fiber. It contains reasonable amount of fiber. All right, green leafy vegetables contain very little protein, a little bit of carbohydrate, and a lot of fiber. Okay, state the type of food in figure 3.1 that contains the most fat. Well, most fat is contained by meat, so the answer will be meat. State one type of food in figure 3.1 that does not contain fiber. Well, guys, we can see the meat does not have any fiber. So either the answer can be meat or white fish. So we can write meat. Describe the importance of the fiber in the diet. Fiber prevents constipation and promotes movement along the alimentary canal. So basically, fiber causes the food to move through the alimentary canal. Guys, moving on to the next question. State one food that contains vitamin C. Okay. So generally food that contains vitamin C in our day-to-day life that we know of would be lemon. State one disease caused by lack of vitamin C. So vitamin C is definitely going to cause scurvy. Table 3.1 shows the energy used by an adult male over 24 hours. If the adult is sleeping, then the adult uses 2400 kilojoules. If the adult is awake but physically active, then uses about 3000 kilojoules. If the adult is awake and active, then the adult uses 6600 kilojoules. Okay. All right. So calculate the total energy used by the adult male in 24 hours. So in 24 hours, the adult will use 2400 plus 3000 and 6600. So that's the total amount that he uses within the day. All right, so that is equals to 12,000 kilojoules. Now calculate the percentage of energy used by the adult male while sleeping. So when the adult male was sleeping, the adult male definitely used 2400, and the total daily usage of the energy was 12,000 into 100%. So that comes out to be 20%. State the name of the process that releases energy to maintain a constant body temperature while the adult male is sleeping. Aerobic respiration releases energy. Complete the sentences about human influences on ecosystem. Use words from the list. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. When one type of crop of the same species is grown on a large scale, it is called obviously it's called a monoculture. So the answer will be monoculture. Chemical fertilizers add mineral ions to the soil to increase the yield of the crops. Weeds can be killed by, obviously wheat can be killed by herbicides. Herbicides kills weeds, so herbicides will be the answer. Crop damage by insect can be reduced by the use of insecticide. Insecticide can reduce the damage from insects. One disadvantage is that this kills useful insect which pollinates flower. So that is also a problem. Some insects are good insects which will also die due to the use of the insecticide. State the name of two greenhouse gases that are produced as a consequence of farming. So farming produces a lot of methane due to the decomposition of vegetation during the farming process. All right, and it also produces carbon dioxide a lot. Figure 5.1 shows a food web. We can see the food web, the flowering plant and the tree, they are the producer, Aphid, beetle, caterpillar, they are the primary consumer. So we're just gonna give them a number. They are the primary consumer. Okay, so this level is the producer. These are the primary consumer. Okay, so in that respect, dragonfly is a secondary consumer, frog is a tertiary consumer, and snake in that sense is a quaternary consumer. Okay, bird is a secondary consumer, and snake in that respect will be a tertiary consumer. Spider is a secondary consumer, and with that respect, snake is going to be a tertiary consumer. Complete the table using the information in 5.1. One has been done for you. Producers, oh well, you can see there are two producers. Herbivores, we can see there are three herbivores, so it will be 3. Primary consumers, well, we labeled 3 primary consumers, so it will be 3. Carnivores, well, we can see we have labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them, so there are 5 carnivores present. State the name of one organism in figure 5.1 which obtains its energy from eating 3 different organisms. Eating 3 different organisms, definitely snake, or we can say bird. As you can see, it can be snake, it can be bird, so we can just write the name of both of them. Bird, snake, just write any one of them. A disease killed most of the snakes in the food web in figure 5.1. Complete the sentence by circling the correct word in bold. The first one has been done for you. The population of snake decreases. All right. The population of spider. So if the population of snake decreases, spiders population should definitely increase. So the population of spider increases definitely because there are less predators, so less predation on them. The population of caterpillars decreases definitely because spiders were eating caterpillars, so spiders are definitely, when they increase in number, they are going to drive down the caterpillar number down because there are more predation. Decomposers are not shown in the food web in 5.1. Complete the definition of the term decomposer. A decomposer is an organism that gets its dash from dead or waste material. So a decomposer is an organism that gets its energy from dead or waste organic material. Figure 5.2 shows a food chain. We can see cabbage, which is the producer, and then we can see caterpillar, and then from caterpillar we can see bird. Table 5.2 shows the number of organisms in this food chain and some of the information needed to draw a pyramid of numbers. So we can see there are 2 birds present, and there are 20 caterpillars. So 20 caterpillar equals to 80 millimeter, and 1 cabbage is equals to 4 millimeter. Thereby 2 bird will be 8 millimeter. Complete the table 5.2 by calculating the missing value and writing in the table. We did that. And then complete the pyramid of numbers on the grid for the food chain shown in figure 5.2 using the information in table 5.2. The bar for the cabbage has been done for you. Label the organism on the pyramid of numbers. So guys, your answer should look something like this. So bird, we had a total of 8 millimeters, and cabbage we had 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters equals to 2 boxes on the side. So 8 for the bird, it had 8 millimeters, so 4 boxes. And cabbage and caterpillar had 80 millimeters, so it will be equals to 40 boxes, as you can see in the diagram. Next question, guys, define the term drug. So basically, a drug is any substance that is taken into the body that modifies chemical reactions in the body. So drugs are substances when taken in the body, they can modify chemical reactions. Antibiotics are a type of drug. State the type of infection antibiotics are used to treat. Antibiotics can treat bacterial infections because antibiotics work on bacteria. So bacterial infections. Table 6.1 shows the year in which three different types of antibiotics were first used and the year that antibiotic resistance was first detected. So antibiotic A was used in 1952. For year resistance first detected was 1988. B was, we started the first use in 1962 and we detected in 1973. C, we started use in 2000 but we detected in 2003. Compare the data for the three antibiotics in table 6.1. So as we can see that the resistance of the antibiotic A took the longest amount of time from 1950 to 1988. It's like more like 36 years or so. But as new antibiotics were invented, like the B and C, we can see the development of resistance were much faster. So the resistance to antibiotic C took the least amount of time to be detected, as you can see, only 3 years. Resistance to antibiotics B was the first to be detected, as you can see. First one detected was in 1973, which is antibiotic B. And then the newer the antibiotic, we can say the quicker the resistance are developing. Guys, moving to the next question. The body has defenses against infection caused by pathogens. State 3 body defenses that prevent pathogens from entering the body. So body's defense mechanism are, first of all, there are chemical defenses such as mucus, hydrochloric acid in stomach. There are things like vaginal secretion, saliva, or earwax. They act as chemical barrier. And then there are mechanical barriers such as hair in the nose, skin, all right, or cilia, similar things like that. So this can be the possible answers. Guys, you will be definitely achieving full marks as long as you are writing any of the 3 points from the ones mentioned over here. Moving to the next question. Question number 7. Figure 7.1 shows part of the female reproductive system. We can see X, which is the oviduct. All right, so oviduct. We can see Y, which is the uterus. And we can see Z, which is the cervix. The question says state the names of the structure XYZ on figure 7.1. So guys, X is oviduct, Y is uterus, and Z is cervix. Moving to the next page. The box on the left shows the beginning of a sentence. The box on the right shows some ending of sentences. Draw 3 lines from the word estrogen to make complete 3 correct sentences. Okay. So estrogen is definitely a hormone. It is produced in the ovaries. It makes breast grow. Yes, it increases secondary female characteristics. It makes hair grow on the chest. No, it doesn't. Travels down the oviduct. No, it doesn't. Widens the pupils. No, it doesn't. So the average menstrual cycle is 28 days. State the day in an average menstrual cycle when ovulation occurs. So ovulation occurs like at day 13 or day 14. So we're going to write day 14. The uterus lining starts to shed. So we're going to either call it a day 1 or we can call it a day 0. So day 0. The uterus lining is at its thinnest. Between day 4 to day 5, usually the menstruation continues. So obviously at day 5, it's going to be the thinnest. Describe one change other than ovulation that occurs in the ovary during the menstrual cycle. So basically in the ovary, egg matures, estrogen hormone is secreted. All right, so this kind of changes actually take place. Next question, guys. Plants carry out photosynthesis. State the name of 2 substances produced by photosynthesis. So photosynthesis definitely produces glucose. That's the first product. And also a byproduct is produced, which is oxygen. Not needed by the plant, but needed by the animals very much in high concentration. A student investigated how temperatures affect the rate of photosynthesis. The concentration of carbon dioxide was kept constant during the investigation. The results are shown in figure 8.1. As we increase the temperature, the rate of photosynthesis initially increases, and then we can see that it decreases if the temperature gets too hot. Predict how the rate of photosynthesis will change when carbon dioxide concentration increases and the temperature is kept at 20 degrees Celsius. Definitely the rate of photosynthesis will increase. However, since other limiting factors will start arising, things such as temperatures, so it will then level off. State one factor other than temperature and carbon dioxide concentration that will affect the rate of photosynthesis. So things that will affect the rate of photosynthesis will be light intensity. Definitely light is needed for photosynthesis. Light intensity will definitely affect the rate of photosynthesis. Moving on, guys, next question. In another investigation, student used a plant which had variegated leaf. One of the leaves from this plant is shown in figure 8.2. all right. A, white chloroplast. This region is white and chloroplast is absent in this region. B region is green and chloroplast is present in this region. All right. Complete table 8.1 to show where the process of photosynthesis and respiration occurred in this variegated leaf when the plant was in the light. Place tick in each correct box. So photosynthesis in area A, there is no chloroplast, so photosynthesis cannot take place there, so only in area B. But respiration must take place in every living cell, so everywhere. Cells in the mesophyll layer of the leaf carry out photosynthesis. State the names of two leaf layers that light must pass through to reach the spongy mesophyll cells. So to reach the spongy mesophyll cells, definitely the light must pass through upper epidermis, and also the light must pass through palisade mesophyll, and then all right, we can also mention cuticle, the waxy cuticle. Since they say layers, so waxy cuticle is also a layer. So plants absorb mineral ions from the soil. State the name of the tissue that transport mineral ions in plants. So basically xylem transports mineral ions in plants. State the name of the mineral ion that is used to make chlorophyll. So for making chlorophyll, magnesium. The mineral ions that is used to make chlorophyll is definitely magnesium. Magnesium is needed for making chlorophyll. State the name of the mineral ion that is used to make amino acid. Well, to make amino acid, a plant must need nitrate because amino acid contains nitrogen. Plants are involved in the nutrient cycles in ecosystem. Describe the role of plants in the carbon cycle and the water cycle. So basically in the carbon cycle, plants absorb carbon dioxide since carbon dioxide is needed for photosynthesis. Plants act as a carbon sink, and when the plants die, they may become fossilized and they may turn into coal, locking the carbon in them for a long period of time. The fossil fuel, such as coal, releases carbon dioxide during combustion. Carbon dioxide is also released when plants decompose or when they do respiration. Now, the part that the plant plays in water cycle is plant absorb water via root from the soil and releases water vapor into the atmosphere by transpiration. Guys, next question. Sorry guys, that was all from this particular question paper. So inshallah we will be solving more question paper in our coming classes. That's until today. If you like this kind of videos, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. All right, we will be uploading videos like this every day. We are looking forward to uploading twice a day now. I hope we can do that, and definitely like the video and subscribe the channel to support us. Thank you so much. Bye bye.